In the complicated mix of today's life, something interesting is happening. Although we're more connected than ever, there's still a feeling of being alone. Despite all the things we have to do, we often feel like the people we care about don't appreciate us as much as we'd like. We all want to matter to those close to us, but it seems like we're often ignored, and it doesn't feel good. That's where Stoicism and philosophy come in. These old teachings say we should find value in ourselves and not rely too much on others' approval. But how can we use these ideas in our everyday lives to be more important to those around us? This video explores some practical strategies that match up with Stoicism and philosophy. It's not about tricks or trying to control people, but about being smarter and more real when we build good, strong relationships. After all, the people around us say a lot about who we are. As the saying goes, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. If you're not important to your friends, it might mean they're not really interested in you. So in this old way of thinking, we find some ideas about how to balance what we need with our relationships. The key is to be valuable without being too dependent. The first step to being a priority for others is not always being available. If you're always there, people might think you're available anytime. In today's fast world, time is really important. Stoicism says we should treat it that way. You've got to let people miss you sometimes. Stoics also say we can't control everything around us, but we can control how we react. By valuing your time and attention, you become someone who respects yourself, and others will start to see you as a valuable person because you choose to give them some of your important time and attention. Don't be afraid to say no or not respond immediately to others' requests. Practice being patient and let others see your time as valuable as you do. Patience is really important to be a priority for others, Stoics say. It's a valuable skill in a world that's always in a hurry. Being able to wait calmly can make you stand out and be seen as a valuable person. Patience doesn't mean doing nothing. It means staying in control of your feelings and reactions. When you're patient, you let others see your strength. You don't get swept away by the rush or the feelings of the moment. You become like a lighthouse in the middle of a storm. Practicing patience lets others get impatient, but you keep your calm. You'll see how people start to appreciate your presence and control. So remember, being a priority starts with you. Don't always look for approval and attention from others. Own your time and attention, and you'll see people start to value you more. Another important point to be valued by others is to not always be available. If you always say yes to everything, your time loses value, and people might take you for granted. Stoics, like Seneca, teach us that we have to own our time and decide wisely how we spend it. Learn to say no to others' requests politely. This doesn't mean you're selfish, but someone who values their own needs and priorities before committing to others. In the context of not always being available, the words of Epictetus take on a deep meaning. No man is free who is not a master of himself. Epictetus reminds us that true freedom starts from inside, with self-discipline and control over our own decisions. Stoicism is about living according to our principles and values. By not always being available, you're showing that your time and energy are valuable, and people will respect that. As a result, they'll prioritize you more, continuing our journey to be more important and a priority for others. Let's talk about the third point, keeping a bit of mystery. We're often tempted to share everything about ourselves right away, our feelings, thoughts, and deepest desires. But giving away too much too soon can make you less important to others. People tend to value what they don't know much about. So instead of revealing everything about your life right away, keep a bit of mystery. Make people want to know more about you. Stoics teach us the importance of self-discipline and self-control, and keeping some mystery doesn't mean hiding who you are, but revealing your true self gradually. If someone asks questions, answer vaguely. Don't go too deep into your past, and don't reveal all your secrets right away. This keeps others focused on you. Remember Seneca's saying, "Fortune favors the bold." In this case, boldness means being aware of how much you share and when you share it. Leaving some mystery also makes people curious. When they feel there's more to discover, they become more interested in you. Stoicism says to focus on what you can control. Controlling how much you reveal about yourself is something you can control. It's not about hiding who you are, but about sharing wisely. Remember, you don't need constant approval from others. Keep some mystery and you'll see people value you for who you are, not just for what you show. Now let's look at the fourth point on our journey to be more important and a priority for others. Letting them invest in you. It's not about having a big ego, but letting others feel valued by contributing to your life. The ancient Stoic Seneca said, "Men are delighted to be chosen for what enriches them." When you let others help you or show appreciation, you give them the chance to make their own lives richer. Let others feel appreciated and useful by letting them invest in your life. It could be as simple as accepting advice, assistance, or even a kind word. In Stoicism, we understand that we depend on each other. We shouldn't be afraid to ask for help or accept it when we need it. Doing this strengthens our connections with others. Let's go back to the core of Stoicism and talk about independence. An ancient Stoic, Epictetus, taught us, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Independence in Stoicism doesn't mean being completely on your own. Instead, it's about making decisions without relying too much on what others think. By being independent, you become someone who sticks to your ethics and values, making others respect you more. Independence also lets you be more real in your relationships. Instead of just presenting what others expect, you're contributing to the well-being of those around you. Independence in Stoicism involves self-discipline, self-awareness, and self-control, making you attractive to those who value strong and integral individuals. So, to be more valued by others, cultivate independence. It's not about isolating yourself from the world, but being the captain of your own destiny and guiding others by your example. This approach fosters stronger relationships, making you more valuable in the lives of others. Generosity and openness to allowing others to invest in you will make you more attractive and respected. Remember, the true wealth of life lies in meaningful relationships and connections. By allowing others to invest in you, you create a virtuous circle of mutual value. Now let's explore the fifth point in our journey to be more important and a priority for others: prioritizing your needs. This is essential to learn how to be more valued by others. Often, we end up sacrificing our own needs for the sake of others, leading to overexploitation and a lack of respect for our person. In today's society, there's often a promotion of the idea that we should always be available to everyone. However, this is not only unsustainable, but can also lead others to see you as an inexhaustible resource, draining your attention and valuable time. Stoic philosophy teaches us that we must take ownership of our own life and well-being. This involves establishing healthy boundaries and prioritizing our own needs before attending to others. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus expressed this profound idea. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. This deep statement encapsulates one of Stoicism's fundamental principles, which has a significant impact on how we relate to ourselves and others. This self-affirmation involves recognizing our needs, desires, and personal values, and understanding that these must be fulfilled before we can be truly valuable to others. From a Stoic perspective, this approach aligns with the idea that self-mastery and self-knowledge are the foundations for living a virtuous and meaningful life. To be truly valuable to others, we must first cultivate virtues within ourselves, such as authenticity, resilience, self-discipline, and empathy. Thank you for your attention. Until we meet again.